Hello from Myrtle Beach. Today we are at the Tanger Outlets. We are here on 501 in Myrtle Beach. We're going to give you a full tour, show you everything that they have to offer today. Hi, I'm Carmen. If you're new here, we cover everything Myrtle Beach and the surrounding area. If you're a return viewer, welcome back. We are so glad to have you with us. So we are actually already passing some stores. I'm not going to list every single store, but we are going to show you at least everything that they have here, and also tell you about some changes that have come to the Tanger 501 since the last time we were here. Now, if you are new to Myrtle Beach, there are actually two Tanger outlets in the Myrtle Beach area. There is this one that's off Highway 501, and then there is also another one that's off Highway 17 right at the border to North Myrtle Beach. If you're not familiar, North Myrtle Beach is a separate city from Myrtle Beach, and so it's up in the northern side. So this is laid out to where you can go two different directions now. There's also stores along the back and there's also stores along the front. So we're going to do our best to show you everything that's here, but it is a massive, massive location. So lots and lots of exciting shopping. I will say, compared to other locations in this area, this is primarily shopping. There's not a lot of restaurants. We'll show you what we know about here as far as food, and there's also not what you'd call entertainment. I'm talking about rides and attractions and that kind of thing. So this is for the die-hard shoppers. If you're here, it means you want to shop. And they do sometimes have some good deals. So it's definitely something, if you're a bargain hunter, you can find some good deals. You can also find some good deals at the mall here, though. At the Coastal Grand Mall is the main mall here that's really thriving. We do have a video on that. Anytime you want to find a video on our channel, you can just search for Carmen and Brian Myrtle Beach and then put in what you'd like, such as Coastal Grand Mall. That will come right up. I believe that Hey Dude store there is new, or at least rebranded. That's definitely different since the last time we were here, so I'll try to point out the newer things. Also, I wanted to talk about a really interesting change. This actually happened a few months ago. It's not new, but it's new since our last video. It might be new to you. They actually got permission from the city or county, I suppose it's the county, to serve alcohol here. And it sounds like it might be to the point where people could sort of stroll with their alcohol. I don't know all the details. I read all the news about it, but it wasn't quite clear on how they're going to implement it. So I think they're doing that in part to attract people to come here, but also to attract more food options, because a lot of restaurants, of course, want to serve alcohol. It's just typical these days. So I think that is actually part of it too. But it'll be interesting to see how that develops. I haven't heard any more details on that. Here's another, there's tons of parking here, by the way, and all the parking is free, and they even have e-parking. They have charging stations for your electronic cars, so you can bring those and charge up while you're here. So that's really nice. And they do have a few different stores here compared to the Tanger on 17. So if you're here and you're really into shopping, it's probably worth going to both. One that comes to mind right off the bat, because we are Disney fans, is they do have a Disney outlet store at the one on 17, and we do have tours of that on our channel as well. Again, you can search for that. Just search for Carmen and Brian Myrtle Beach Tanger Outlets Highway 17, and that will pop right up if you're interested in seeing that one as well. That's different too, that Midwest monograms. That is new since the last time we were here. Looks like Simply Southern's having a big 50% off sale. So in addition to having, they have to be here at a Tanger Outlet, they have to offer a certain level of discounts. It doesn't mean that everything's discounted, but they have to have a certain percentage of things discounted. And so that's why it's sort of you're guaranteed to get at least a good deal to a point on certain things. But a lot of these outlets will have sort of clearance. I know the Disney store does that. They will have deeply discounted things that they've moved from, like the parks or from other stores, that they're just really trying to unload. And we've gotten some really good deals that way. So there are definitely some deals to be had. When you come to the Tanger Outlet, if you're already familiar with it, what is your go-to store? Like, what are you coming here to shop for? Or do you just like to browse? Do you just like the experience of just walking around, taking it in, seeing what catches your eye? Let us know in the comments below. Leave us a comment and let us know. Also, if you have a preference already between the one here on 501 in Myrtle Beach and the one that is off Highway 17. Let us know that too. So again, more parking, more things behind here. We will get to that. We are going to go this way and show you what's around the corner here. Also, they are doing some massive new development here. I heard rumors it's going to be a restaurant, but I don't know the details. It could have something to do with that alcohol that I mentioned earlier, that permission to serve alcohol. So we'll see. We'll see what comes there. I searched everywhere and I cannot find any information on what's coming specifically, what exactly is being built. So we will let you know. It's going to be something that sits a little bit separate, but it's definitely on Tanger property. So there's the Ralph Lauren shop over there. We've got Nike to the right. Then we're going to turn the corner coming up right here. I'm now in the parking lot facing 501. I wanted to point out there is an Outback here. There is a Grumpy Monk. That is a great local chain. We like Grumpy Monk a lot. And there is the Olive Garden right across the street. So there is food that is just across 501. You would not be able to walk there, though. It would not be safe to cross 501, so you want to take your car. But I just wanted to point those out to you. Well, actually, you could get to the Outback. It's right there. But I just wanted to point out to you that there are food options here, even if they're not right here inside. Here's the Tanger directory. I'm not going to pause on this, but you can pause the screen if you'd like to see all this. But like I said, you can look on their website as well. Brian just noticed that the Outback restaurant is the only one listed as like a proper restaurant, but here are the other food items. We've already passed Annie's, I saw that, but there are a few other, but those are more like snacky, not like full, full-fledged. So now we are gonna, again, there's 501 just for frame of reference, and this is that Polo store that we're passing on the left. I'm gonna keep walking this way across the front. There are a few stores here on the front, and then there's a whole nother section we haven't been to yet, a whole nother like internal section. And then also there's a huge store behind this that's part of the property as well. Up here at the front, there's a Victoria's Secrets. We already saw that American Eagle Outfitters from the other side and the Loft, but also here on the front is the Gap. So you've got some really big names up here towards the front. We're now directly across from that Olive Garden that I showed earlier, and we're getting close to where they're doing some pretty massive construction. I would guess they're building a restaurant because they really need another one that's here that you don't have to cross the street for. So I'm going to go out on a guess. What do you think? Leave us a comment. What do you think they're building? I'll show you the area so you can see it a lot better than you can see it right now. But we've got this alternate entrance to the Gap over here. And then this was new the last time we did a video here. This is the game room. It's pretty cool. They have all kinds of retro game, all kinds of collectibles. I mean, it is a really cool store. We went inside and showed it in our last video, so you can go back and look at that one. But it is pretty neat. Definitely something that's down Brian and I's alley. Do you like that kind of stuff? Let us know in the comments below. So here is a much better view, and this is as good as it's going to get. It's just like piles of dirt right now. There's really nothing to see, and we checked. There's no signs that tell us what's coming. But that would be a primo spot for a restaurant because you've got the visibility of 501 and you're right here in the middle. Like, we're very close to the middle section of Tanger at the moment. So let's go over here. Here is the Harley Davidson store. So that's right here on the front as well, right across from that new construction. And then just a little bit further down is the Columbia Sportswear store. Still going across the front, here is Timberland, and we are back to where we started, but don't worry, there's much more. But this is where we first came in when we started the video. We just went back into the left. We still haven't been to the right yet. We still haven't been around the back. But here's the Adidas store, and we're gonna keep making our way here forward. And you can see, actually, we'll just do this. Let's just do the sign, because you get the idea. This shows you what, this literally is the only stuff that's around to the side. So this Levi's outlet, Old Navy outlet, and the Lee Wrangler outlet, and Guess, and Aeropostale. I don't know how you say that. You can correct me in the comments. But we're going to go up here and take a right and show you the next big section. Right before we take that right around the corner, right here at Tommy Hilfiger's, there's also a Bricks and Minifigs, and we're pretty sure that's new since the last time we were here. Now, to be fair, it's been a while since we've been here, but we're pretty sure that is new, so you can get all the cool Legos and collectibles. We had sticker shock recently about how expensive Legos have gotten. Very, very popular. So now we are in the next section. I will say one cool thing, even though this is outdoors, they have tons of shade here. Unless you're gonna walk around the front or the back, there's always shade. It makes it a little harder to film, to get everything so you can see it, but it does make for nice walking in the summer when it's 1,000,000 degrees and 100% humidity. I'm exaggerating a little bit. It gets very, very hot here. There's a New Balance store across from us. We'll just keep on going forward here. And these signs give you a little bit of what's to come. And then you've got Famous Footwear Outlet. It's right next to the New Balance. Then you've got Burlington Brands. Lots of shoe stores. Lots and lots of shoe stores, because now we're up to Skechers. Now they did used to have a Highway 55 here for food, but that has closed. I'll kind of show you where that used to be if I can tell. It's hard to tell sometimes if they put something new in there, but it used to be, actually I think it might be right where we're at. Let me come around the corner and I'll be able to tell. No, I don't think this is it. But anyway, so there's Skechers again. We'll keep looking. There's Rue 21, and then I wanted to pan around because here is some of the small, like I said, it's more like snacks. You've got Great American Cookies, you've got Haagen-Dazs, and then over across the street is Hanes Brands. We're going up this little sort of section out to the side to show you Space Battle. That's fairly new. Those have been popping up everywhere. There's one at the Coastal Grand Mall as well. And then now you can see where that is located specifically. And then this is one I come here quite a bit for, is the Old Navy. And then also the Lee and Wrangler that we mentioned earlier. Right next to the Old Navy is the location for the old Highway 55. That's where it was. I just want to make sure I got that down for you in case you're looking for that. It is definitely not there, and nothing has replaced it yet. Over here we've got Rawlings and then Lane Bryant. We've now continued the same direction that we were going before we took that little detour down the side. And also, for those of you who've been keeping up with the Myrtle Beach fires, we do have a video on that, but now it's out of date. But we have gotten so many questions about that. We're near the beach, so we don't smell the smoke. But when you come here, you can actually still smell it. They have it under, they call it contained, but the ground is still smoldering, so it is, you can still smell it. It's not as visible as it used to be, but you can absolutely still smell it even at this point. So don't know how much longer that will be with us, but those of you worried about your vacation, unless you're going to come to this Tanger, you're probably not going to notice it. If you're staying on Ocean Boulevard, right at the beach, it's not going to affect your trip unless something changes. So now we're around to the back. We got this beautiful fountain back here, and then they have this Carolina pottery, and it is massive. In one of our videos, we take you inside. It might have been the last one we did. And we take you inside, and it just goes and goes and goes, literally. I mean, it goes all the way over to there. It is huge. Also around on the back is the Eddie Bauer outlet. So if you're an Eddie Bauer fan, or even if you're not, I actually got a great jacket there one time, and I've never really been into Eddie Bauer. And then we're back around to the Lee and Wrangler outlet. If you'd like to learn more about Myrtle Beach and the surrounding area, be sure to click on the video on your screen right now. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.